Hey, Wendell, McKay coming to you again from beautiful Bathurst, New Brunswick, and today I want to talk about a topic that's on top of the minds of a lot of people in this area, and that's fracking. Very controversial subject. There's been some violence, which every thinking person does not condone the violence. Some people, however, a lot of people are strongly in favor of the protests, and others are strongly against them. And what I'm going to suggest is that on both sides, the reasons for people being for or against are not well thought out. And what I mean by that is most of the people that I've seen that are arguing against fracking are using the evidence of documentaries telling horror stories. Okay? Now, the problem with using that as your reason to be against it is that every documentary made on a subject like that is made to sell that person's opinion. Okay? So they use worst case scenarios, they prey on people's fears, and they really hit their fears hard, and the fears of and valid fears, don't get me wrong, the fears of not being able to drink the water, that's a pretty valid fear. I mean, there's nothing more precious than clean drinking water, anywhere. You know, we need it to live. But the point that a lot of people miss, and I'm not arguing for or against fracking because, to be perfectly honestly, I know I don't know enough about this subject to have a real strong opinion on in either direction. But the reasons people are using, and a lot of the other people that are for it for a couple of reasons. One, economic development, which is really, really needed in New Brunswick because, a lot of our young people are moving away, moving out of the province. What's that leave you? If your young people move away and you don't have industry to keep them, are we going to become one day just a retirement area? And is that sustainable? A lot of good questions. We do need a strong economy. Everyone wants that. Wants more jobs, wants young people to be able to stay home and work. Well, a lot of these people are arguing for that, but they're also, some of them are just taking the point that these people that are reacting to these horror story documentaries and whatnot are just idiots, and so therefore they must be wrong, so therefore I'm going to take the other side, and I really don't know any more than that. Okay? And the problem on both sides is that most people don't know enough. And I saw one comment from a person I consider to be a rather intelligent individual, and I think he's fairly successful. And the comment that he made is he would be against it even if the chance of contamination was just point, and I'm not 100% sure on the number of zeros, but there was a number of zeros there and a 1. So let's say 5 or 6 zeros and a 1. So 0.00001%. The problem with that is we don't live in a society, in a world where there's no risk in anything. There's nothing that's completely, totally, 100% safe. Nothing. So to take that point of view, I think is a little naive. Okay? And I just wanted to make this quick video about this issue because it's very topical right now. And I did see, people will use these documentaries where, they lit the water out of the tap on fire. That's scary, scary stuff, and I understand that. The problem is how did the gas get there? Was it from the fracking? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I'm no expert. Excuse me. I saw a couple of posts on Facebook from people that work in the industry, so therefore they can be biased, right? But they seem to know what they were talking about. One was a young lady who worked in the industry, worked for the company, I believe, that's doing the fracking in New Brunswick, or exploring it at least. And she suggested that in a lot of these cases, the gas that was in the water got there by natural means, and they were able to test the gas, and it wasn't the same gas at all of the area that they were doing the fracking, and the fracking had nothing to do with it. Okay? I don't know if that's true or not, and neither do you, I'm going to suggest. If you do, more power to you, then you know which way you believe. Another one that worked in it, and he made what to me sounds like a very valid argument, and personally I tend to lean towards believing this and agreeing with it, and that is that he's involved. He has a company that works in this. He's environmentally conscious, and he said the fracking is done at several thousand feet deep, and it has no bearing whatsoever on the groundwater. Is that 100% true or not? I don't know. Like I said at the start, I don't know enough to have a real strong opinion either way. Okay, I do know that New Brunswick needs more jobs. I do know that there's a need for the area to have a stronger economy. I know this. Now what I'm going to say is I'm going to talk more to the individual than to the public. And that is, don't depend on the general economy. Don't depend on the government to make your economy. Don't depend on anyone outside of yourself to build your economy. Because you know what? Back in the Hungry 30s, as they were called, or the Great Depression, there were people in that, during that time, they were some of the greatest wealth change that's ever been. There's people that built massive fortunes in a time when most people were unable to find work. They were begging for food and really, really struggling. The vast majority of people, they didn't have the social nets that we have today, and it was really, really hard. But there's people who really prospered. And what I'm saying is there's an opportunity for you to create your life, to create your destiny, to create your economy, okay? And as an individual basis, no one can do it alone. But click on the link below, you'll see the opportunities there. Will you be successful at it? That's the question everyone's going to, well, can I do that? The answer is, I don't know. Because I don't know what you'll do. I don't know what your work ethic is. I have no idea how you apply yourself. I have no idea if you will, learn the skills necessary. Is it available? Can you do it? Yeah, you can. Will you? I don't know. But what I do know is this. By taking advantage of this and helping many others take advantage of it, you're doing good in the world, and you're creating your own economy, and you're helping other people. That's the best. That is the absolute best of what you can do with your life. As far as the fracking and all that goes, again, I wish I had a definitive answer that I could tell you this is good, this is bad. I really can't. I'm leaning one way and not the other, as you can probably tell, but I don't know for sure, and I don't know enough to make a solid statement that one way or the other is best. But what I do know, and what I do believe, and what I really am telling you is the truth, is that you can create your economy. You don't have to depend on the government. You don't have to depend on the fracking, and you don't have to depend on outside sources. You can do this. The availability is here. You can take action. The training, the education is available. You can do this. You can give it all you got. You can take action today. Click on the link below. Join me on my team. Have a great day. Wendell McKay.